What's going on, Geek Pit? Welcome to another episode of Geek's Top 10. Right now, I'm your host, The Metal Geek. I'm super pumped for this episode. Super pumped to be talking about what I love the most. What I love the most is wrestling. I started a wrestling podcast, started interviewing wrestlers, and this one should be another banger of an episode because this one is all about the granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania. And I'm super excited. But before I get into that, I want to give a huge, huge thank you to each and every one of you who have supported me. We have just reached 122,000, probably going up a little bit more at the time of this recording on TikTok right now. Huge, huge thank you to each and every one of you that took the time out to comment, like, even a follow. Really did help just to check out my videos, and a little bit goes a long way, and that just goes to show my gratitude. And that goes to show that a couple of things that people in the podcast industry, or they really did not believe in the Metal Geek at first. And, this is just a message I want to give out to people that are just starting out in the podcast game. And just think that if you think that you're not good enough, or you don't think you belong in the podcast game, just to a little message that keep trying, keep putting out your material. Someone's going to listen. Someone's going to support you. And trust me, things will get better at the end of the tunnel. Just keep grinding at it, and don't let anybody tell you that you don't belong. Just your goal is to absolutely prove them wrong, and just keep going. Just keep going this one. My message is just prove them wrong, and just keep going, because like I said, there's support all around, and that's my message right there. Just keep going. So, other than that, I would just like to thank each and every one of you for your support throughout this podcast. Thank you so much. I took a little break, every now and then I got to take a little break. It is draining, working a full-time job and all, but yeah, I love doing this. I love talking about geek culture, wrestling, wrestling, movies, metal music, anything. And just, I love doing these top 10s, and I think top 10s are just the way to go. So yeah, just keep going. There is light at the end of the tunnel. I just wanted to put that out there, and yeah, just keep going. But without further ado, this is our next top 10 right now. And the next top 10 is top 10 WrestleMania best and worst moments. Now I kind of split this up into top 5. So top 5 worst WrestleMania moments from WrestleMania 42, and top 5 best moments from WrestleMania 42. So this is going to be like a little top 10 we got going right here for Geek's Top 10 after WrestleMania weekend, or whenever that we recorded this. Yeah, let's just get into our number 10, and it goes from worst to best. So here we go. Number 10, the main event. The main event was absolutely terrible. It was a travesty, like the worst main event in WrestleMania right now. I'm not going to say the worst main event, but it was pretty bad. But as soon as this match got going, I'm talking about my number 10 on my list is the Cody versus Randy Orton match. Now, this match had such a great build-up, and I don't know what happened here. The match was really slow, and it just fell apart. And the minute things just got going with Pat McAfee coming back out as the referee, I thought that was great. And then Randy Orton KOing him, out of nowhere, and then Cody winning with the Cody cutter and just pinning him at the crossroads. I mean, that's it. That's the whole. Like as soon as the match got going, it was over, and it was such a disappointing main event to end night one. So that's got to go on my number 10 on my list right now. As my number 10 is Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes is my number 10 on my list. My number 9 is absolutely. Like I said in the Cody Rhodes match, there were no long matches. The stories didn't have time to really develop. I felt this was this was not a Triple H show. This was definitely a TKO show all the way around, and you could tell that Triple H had really no creative input in creating this WrestleMania, and this was disappointing. This WrestleMania was disappointing. So the matches did not feel like it was a traditional WrestleMania. This felt like it was an average Raw or SmackDown or B-list pay-per-view show. But yeah, this was not a great WrestleMania. This WrestleMania was absolutely terrible. And that would be like my number 9 on my list, that the matches, a lot of them felt like just like this is a little different than my number 10, which I said that the Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton match was done before I got going. But my number 9 is that the WrestleMania matches felt very short. They felt very rushed. Like the Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes match had like a 20-minute mark, but a lot of these matches on the card actually were like 9 to 10 minutes, and that's pretty disappointing for our WrestleMania card. And we weren't even given that many matches on the card. This was not like a WrestleMania 35 where we had 15 matches on the card. We had like maybe 5 matches, 6 on the card a night. And the fact that they couldn't deliver pay-per-view quality, WrestleMania quality matches for WrestleMania 35, it was terrible. And that's something that they need to reconsider at TKO. And if this is the way that TKO is starting to run their company, they gotta reevaluate what is going on here, because they're going to lose a ton of fan base. And that goes into my number 8. Why I hated WrestleMania also was number 8 was there were way too many commercials. And I get it. WrestleMania, you need to pay your sponsors. You need to make money somehow. You need to put the Slim Jim commercial in there. You need to but I felt like every 15 minutes or so, everyone was getting a piece of the WrestleMania pie. And this was TKO's way of just saying, yeah, we're going to take your money. Yeah, we'll take it. I'll take it. When you have so many sponsors for WrestleMania, it doesn't really mean anything anymore, because a lot of these sponsors are supposed to get their certain time or a part of the event. And I felt like any type of money TKO would take was part of the WrestleMania. And, I wouldn't be surprised it's already happening, but I wouldn't be surprised if the whole ring is just covered in sponsors within the next 5 to 10 years. I mean, we're seeing it already, but I'm seeing the whole ring like just a tattoo of sponsors all over the place, so that's another disappointing thing, was that there were too many commercials, too many sponsors. I think TKO needs to understand that, it's okay to have sponsors, and that's something that they need to do because they make money, but too many, I think, is a little out of control. So if they can limit some of the sponsors and the commercials and just stick to wrestling, especially if I'm paying money for Disney Plus, which is ESPN, and all this money to get no commercials, that we're getting like 30 sponsors in one show. So, and then we're getting no wrestling matches. So understandable. It's a Raw, SmackDown, something that's on Raw USA, but we're actually getting too much. So if they could limit the commercials, that would be great. So that was my number 8 right there. Now we're going to start getting into the good stuff from WrestleMania. We're going to get into my number 7 right now, which is absolutely Paige's return. She looked great. entrance, the way she came out. I expected her the next night, the night after on Raw, like to kind of like the way she debuted in WWE. But number eight, winning the tag titles at WrestleMania with Brie Bella, was pretty cool. So yeah, Paige coming in at my number 7 was at the top of the. This is where it starts getting good. Number 7 is Paige making her return to WWE. I don't know, was it 2 3 years? How long? 4 years on a contract? I really don't remember, but yeah, my number 7 on my list is Paige coming back at my number 7 right now. And yeah, so Paige is number 7. As we turn to Paige or Paige Turner, my number 6 right now. I thought making his well, he didn't make his WWE debut, but he made his actual WrestleMania debut in his first year. And I thought that was pretty cool. And not only did he make his WrestleMania debut, he did also a segment with John Cena, and The Miz, which is actually pretty cool to see the year. And I thought this segment was actually really, really good, really, really entertaining. A little break from the wrestling. You need that comedic right there, relief right there. And you need those comedy matches during WrestleMania weekend. NFL Danhausen, he killed it in this one. And he did an absolutely great job. And I believe that The Miz absolutely is one of the most underrated wrestlers in WWE right now, and he deserves the world. So that was a great segment right there with Danhausen, The Miz, Kit Wilson, and John Cena. And the entrance that he came out with the mini Danhausen's absolutely great. So yeah, that's going in at my number 6 right now with Danhausen at my number 6. Having his WrestleMania moment actually with John Cena, which was actually pretty cool. Number 5 on my list. I really enjoyed this match. A little short, like I said before, but the time that they were given to just kick ass, take names in this match. I'm talking about Brock and Oba. They absolutely killed it in this one. This match absolutely ruled. This is going to go on my number 5 on my list as like them just being the tar at each other, and Oba just standing up after that F5 was absolutely crazy. So this got to be on my number 5 on my list right now. It's going to be Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar, coming in at my number 5 right now on my list. So number 4 on my list, this match was absolutely insane. This match was incredible. This was probably one of the best matches from WrestleMania Night 2. And this not just had the spots to deliver this match. This match absolutely defined who is a future star in the WWE with Penta, and you had Javon Evans in that match. These two guys are the future right there. Especially Javon Evans. Javon is going to be like something like in this match, something clicked. It's like Javon Evans in this match just reminded me so much of Jeff Hardy in this match, and just to see him like shine in this match. And I do believe that Javon Evans is probably going to be a WWE champion in the near future. And this match just proves that he belongs in there in that title picture. So big ups for that ladder match. This match was probably the match of the night for night 2, but this was really good. So I'm going to put this as my number 4 on my list right now. And not only is it's my number 4 on my list, I felt this WrestleMania right here was a passing of the torch. For this year's WrestleMania, like they let the old guard down. I'm about to talk about that in a minute, but I'm just gonna go into my number 3 right now, and which is CM Punk and Roman Reigns. This match was WrestleMania. This match was a great WrestleMania main event, and coming a long way. Seeing CM Punk wrestle in Ring of Honor, those amazing matches. With Samoa Joe and Raven and Jimmy Rave. These are some of these matches some of the reasons why CM Punk is probably one of the best wrestlers in the world. It's like I said, this match right here, I'm about to talk about, but I know Roman's been there before, and he he's he's been at the top, and this is kind of like a passing of the torch match, but not really in a way because Roman's already there. But this match kind of defined it because when CM Punk left, Roman Reigns became kind of like the big dog, the top guy. So this was like a way to say, okay, all right, fine. I'm going to pass the torch over to Roman, and this was the match to do it. And then on the grandest stage of them all, he kind of passed the torch to Roman, even though that Roman's already the top dog right now. This was just a great WrestleMania main event for the end night two, and this match should be praised on there. But this was one of the best. So Roman Reigns versus CM Punk is my number 3 on my list. And just going, you see the thing where I'm going with this here. You see, like, kind of like there's a passing of the torch moment, whether it be Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams was one of them. Roman Reigns and CM Punk, Brock and Oba was one of them, and that would have to be my number 2 on my list because this was a way where Brock Lesnar took off the boots and he finally retired, and he said, a younger guy beat me. And here's the thing with Oba. I believe Brock wanted to work with someone like that. And he probably saw Oba and said, you know what? That would be a great WrestleMania main event. And he's someone I would like to work with. And he passed the torch to him. So and then after he passed the torch to something unexpectedly happened that he took his boots, took off his gloves, left him there in the middle of the ring, and he retired. And basically walked up the curtain, thanked all the fans, left. So that had to be my number 2 on my list. Is like this was one of the most emotional moments of WrestleMania, was Brock retiring, and the rumor is that nobody absolutely knew what was going to happen. But, that's TV, and that's what happened. My number 2 on my list is Brock Lesnar retiring right now. So number 2 on the list is Brock Lesnar retiring. And now for my number 1 moment from WrestleMania 42 would have to be something I grew up with watching on the independent circuit. Is CM Punk coming out to AFI was a big highlight for me. He didn't really come out to AFI, but AFI played. He had his Ring of Honor gear on the top of Allegiant Stadium, and that was just a moment right there that I didn't think that we'd ever get this moment in WWE where CM Punk was going to play AFI to the ring, and just that moment of silence, just saying it's collaborating time, going into his current entrance music. What an entrance to give you chills for WrestleMania 42. And that's going to be my number 1 on my list is CM Punk's AFI entrance coming in. And that's my WrestleMania best and worst list right now. So what'd you guys think? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Leave a comment below because, or did you think my opinion sucked? What'd you guys think? So this was one of my best and worst of WrestleMania, top 5, which is the Geeks top 10 right there. But this was the Geeks top 10, and we will see you guys in the next one.